What's this?
Hello, welcome to the Freak Show. Bumpy McSquigums here. I want to thank you all for joining me as I take another first look, this time at Purgatory. It's by Eduard and Mirica, and I'm sure I butchered that name. And New Reality Games. It released on June 22nd, 2016. It is a tactical turn-based strategy game along the lines of HOM, but, well, it's quite different. It has a pixelated, interesting graphical approach, and essentially you're dead. Well, we're going to read here what it's all about. Now, I don't know if this game is a super long game. I played around with it for about 40-50 minutes, something like that, and then I was able to reset the data and everything. So we'll be starting fresh here, but it doesn't look like it's going to be too long, so this may be a first look game or first look mini-series maybe even that might actually, I don't know, transform into a full Let's Play depending on how long the game actually is. So we'll say right now it's going to be a first look mini-series. Anyway, let's hop in and get started. Welcome to Purgatory. Do make yourself comfortable. Eternity can take its toll on one's well-being. So, bummer, you're dead. But as they say in the afterlife, death is just the beginning. Seems you got lost along the way, though. Ended up in the in-between. No rest for you then, old chap. Okay, so it's a pretty minimal starting deal here. So we'll take a peek. I'd like to lower the music just a little bit. Not quite that low. Somewhere around there, I think that's going to be okay. Because I don't like stuff to drown out. That actually might be too low. I'm sorry, guys. Unfortunately, I didn't get access to being able to do any of this until we actually hop into the game. Alright, so we can view our army between each battle. We start off with our boy Xzis over here. We'll just call him Xe. Anyway, we'll start with X over here, and he is our only guy. However, we'll be able to get more people as we go through. Each battle that we fight and we win, we will be able to gather up more troops, and, well, you'll see how it all plays out. Alright, so we're going to go to the Desolate Wastes. Most souls in Purgatory wind up wandering the wastes for all of eternity. I was awake, and yet I slept eternal. I was me, and yet so much less. A mere shadow of myself, an essence, perhaps. This place I found myself was bizarre, surreal. Echoed cries of torment haunted the far corners of my mind, chipping away at my self-control and threatening to throw me into a spiral of despair. Why, oh why, could I remember so little? The past was a haze through which I could see foggy patterns of recollection. If only I could somehow clear my mind, to remember who I was before all of this. Mere moments after my arrival, I was approached by a lost soul. Mute, it pointed the way forth down a barely visible path, with no... Sorry, is that viable? I think so. With no viable alternative coming to mind, I followed the beckoning ghoul. Sorry, it looks like a VIR, but now it's viable. Yeah, the writing's decent. Like the font they chose is decent. There's just certain things that it kind of blends in. Like viable, I guess, is the real big one. Arrival looks a little bit difficult because the A and the R is very similar. It's fine. It's just me, guys and gals. It's just me. All right. So here we are, the Desolate Waste. Most souls in Purgatory. Yeah, we already read that. We're gonna get 5 of these skill tree points. And do you wish to fight or ignore it? I wish to battle it. Alright, and here is pretty much how each and every level is going to play out. During battle, you and your allies begin on the left-hand side of the screen, while your opponents on the right-hand side. Okay. Click on your character to move him, attack enemies, or use any acquired spells. When you're ready, you can select an action. Each action uses up an action point. Most creatures are able to utilize 1 or 2 move points per turn. The interface to the left displays information about your allies, including how many action points they have and how much remaining health they have. Once all of your allies have used up their action points, you can hit this button to end your turn and allow the enemy to take their chance to act. Alright, so essentially, see up here we have these 2 bubbles. Those are our action points. We're going to hit OK. We're going to click on our boy.
Show you a thing or two.
And we're going to move on down here. Twice. We're done. We're going to end our turn.
Now.
Alright, I think I'm going to move here and then here. 1, 2. Alright, he is within our range
Starts
now. So now we'll click on this, and we will attack him. It's going to be very simplistic at the beginning, guys and gals. It will get a bit more chaotic. We'll end our turn again. He'll hit us. We'll hit him back here in a second. And victory is ours. The ghoul, apparently impressed somewhat by my ability to cut through my enemies, joined my cause. Alright, victory is yours. The experience in the battle has earned you skill points, and onlooking spirits flock to join your cause. So we defeated a ghoul, and we gained a ghoul, along with 5 skill points. So if we want to go take a quick look at the skill tree, you'll notice that it's actually quite large. And there is quite a bit of stuff that we'll be able to eventually unlock. Now, I don't have a specific set thing that I want to do. Okay. Or have a really good plan on what's best to get. You learn a new spell, Necromancy, which allows the user to temporarily summon a new ally to fight for him in battle. Cool. But there are different spells that you can learn. Thunder God's Axe. You learn a spell, Thunder God's Axe, damage to enemies in selected area. That's kind of cool. So I think we're going to probably end up grabbing that at some point, but not quite yet. I don't think I'm ready to do that just yet. But you do need to follow, basic, skill tree progression. So, you start here, you get armor, you get more armor, and then eventually you can get the spell from here, or you can break out and continue down that path. You can start down here getting damage, and then hop up here, and then continue down this path. I mean, there's options. And then here, this is the start of a different path, whereas this is the end of one of the paths. Actually, these 3 skills right here are the end of this path. So, as you see, it's what you would expect. It's what you would expect. What is this? Hammer of Lightning. Oh, and I like the way they say magical. It's M-A-J-I-Q-U-A-L, Magiqual. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I think I'm going to start with probably increasing our health a little bit here. So we're going to learn that skill, and I think I'm also going to go here and increase our physical damage by 5 and our magical damage by 5. So we're going to do that. We're going to eventually get down here. This is a healing spell, and I'd like to get that. I haven't got that. I actually got this axe skill before. It's okay. It's not my favorite. Alright, and as we progress, the clouds will clear, and we'll be able to see a little bit more about what's going on in the area. But, to the lava pits, the screams of the lost souls can be heard from afar. I held my great sword high, and the winds whispered, Mythmere. It felt like an extension of my own limbs, as much a part of me as much as a part of my, I guess it's supposed to be me, as any other part of my. Okay, should still be me, I would assume. Now ethereal body. As much a part of me as any other part of my now ethereal body. Okay, maybe that's how they're supposed to read it. Anyway, wielding it had felt so natural to me, slicing through enemies the way that a knife cuts through butter. Who was I before all of this? Some kind of sellsword? Or something more sinister? This is also supposed to be a prequel to the Data Hack series, I believe it is. Which I believe is a RPG series. There's 3 or 4 games in it. I actually think I have those games as well. Alright, so let's go and do battle. And now we have 2. We're up against 2 of them. So, pretty much exactly the same as what we did before. We're going to cruise out here and get ourselves into position. I'm going to probably back up a little bit here.
My turn. Now's a good time for this.
Alright. Actually, move there. I'm going to move you to move here, and hopefully that's okay. We'll see. Alright, so there within our range, we are going to focus down the top guy. 1 swing, 2 swing. We're going to switch over to our other individual. 1 swing, and we can hit this guy, and we will. There it is. Alright, we've used up all of our movement points up here, and we're going to end our turn. Take a little bit of a beating. We're going to attack once, attack twice, and victory is ours, the experience, and the flocking. So now we have another one of our ghouls. So we have 2 ghouls plus our main guy. We'll say okay to that. Now if we save up 10 points, we can view our army at this point. If we save up 10 points, we can actually upgrade our peeps. And they will get a stat increase of 30%. I don't want to do that just yet because, well, for 1, I don't have the points. And for 2, well, I'm not sure I want to do that on our skeletons here. We'll see. Anyway, let us continue on. The bubbling pools. The ghoul continued to lead the way along the desolate path. Everywhere I looked, lost souls wandered aimlessly through these wastelands. To where was he drawing me? A lair, perhaps? Or a boss of some kind? Was there a purgatory overlord, biding his time in the shadows somewhere? My sense of trepidation continued to grow. Sorry, I just heard like a lawnmower for like 2 seconds outside my window. It was weird. That kind of threw me off my game, folks. Threw me off. Bubbling hot pools of lava threaten to incinerate the unwary. Alright, we're going to battle and hopefully do some decent murder here. Alright, so these guys, if I am to be believed, are actually ranged individuals, so that's going to be okay.
Now's a good time for this.
We're going to have to end up... Oh, we're being blocked by our own skeleton guy here. We're going to move him out of the way. Alright, we're going to attempt to get as close as we can. Because we are going to have to run down these guys. Alright, we're going to end our turn. The good news is,
Now's good.
they kind of have to move or attack. Now this is all from prior experience, so you'll have to forgive me if I seem to know more than I should at this point, because, well, I kind of do. Alright, we're going to end our turn, and he's going to close with us. They're going to move forward, and we should be good to go.
You're in for it now.
Alright, going to attack you again. Going to go up here, attack you with this guy. Going to move you a bit closer, and then, of course, we're going to move our main guy in. And we're going to actually launch an attack. Not quite enough to finish him, but it's okay. And hopefully we're strong enough to actually tank through this.
Sounds good.
The double shot did not get through our people, so not a big deal. These guys are actually still outside of our range. It's a bit disappointing. Okay, well, we'll get closer. And we will take the attack on the lower end guy. And, yep, looks like we're going to have to move closer once again.
Starts now.
Okay, the attack is real, and that's it. Just a single attack there. And unfortunately, we're still too far out to finish him.
My turn.
So we'll eat one more shot, and victory is ours. We defeated the 3 of them. Victory is ours. Yeah. And we got 5 more points along with this guy joining the cause. So now we have a ranged individual that has joined us. We're going to go back here to our skill tree. I'm not ready for an upgrade just yet. We're going to go with the Shield of Immortality level 1. We're going to move up to Shield of Immortality level 2. It's going to increase our max health by 50 and our armor by 25. And I sort of want to continue down that, but it's going to take a while. So we'll just stop here. With that, we're going to go back to the main thing. Now, we could go back and refight any of the battles that we had before to replenish troops that we need. Well, here, I'll show you. We're going to actually go back and we're going to fight this again. And as you see, we now have 4 people.
That's a good time.
So the advantage is definitely going into our favor. And our people do spawn, or our creatures, or whatever they are, spirits if you will, they do spawn in kind of a random area, just like the enemy does. So just something to be aware of. Alright,
You're in for it now.
move here, gonna move you here,
The
move
learning
you
starts
there.
now.
And this guy's gonna move up here. Something like that. Alright, we'll end the turn. Their skeleton moved inward to battle ours. Alright, we're gonna go and we're gonna launch our attack onto that guy.
Sounds good.
Gonna move up. I'm hoping we're within range. And indeed we are. We took him out of the fight. 1 attack, 2 attack, follow up, 1 attack. Done. We're gonna move again. Right on up in there. We're gonna end the turn. Took 1 shot, and this should be enough to take him out. And we just got an extra individual right there. So like I said, you can definitely build up. You can grind a little bit if need be. And what we're going to do now is we're going to view our army, and I am actually going to upgrade one of these guys. So you see right here, our HP is going to go from 110 to 143, and our attacks can go from 30 to 39 across the board, and 10 to... I don't know what all of these stats mean exactly. Unfortunately, there don't seem to be any tool tips or anything of that nature, so Just something to think about or be aware of. Alright, so there we are. So we've upgraded one of our ranged guys. Alright, we're going to move on to the next one. The witches something another. Every step we took was fraught with peril. Every soul we defeated in this endless string of battles had sought to gain my power for itself. And no wonder. With every victory I felt my own strength growing. Those who offered their servitude were welcomed into my ranks with gratitude. They too seemed lost. Hungry souls seeking some sense of purpose in self. I could not but relate. Alright, Witch's Cauldron, toil and trouble with an extra helping of trouble. Alright, we're going to go and we're going to battle this. And it looks like we're 2 and 2 up against us. I think that's going to be fine. We're going to move forward.
Let me show you a thing or two.
Let me show you how this ends. Alright, so we'll move our crew on up. And like I said, somewhat simplistic gameplay, but obviously there's still quite a bit of strategy here. And as you see, we're going to be able to scroll and have several different spirits or creatures available for us to do murder with. So, stuff to look forward to. Definitely some stuff to look forward to.
My turn.
Alright. We're gonna hop on down here. I think that should be fine.
The learning starts now.
And I think that's it. We're just gonna sit right here and wait. Alright, the first skeleton moves forward. The second skeleton moves forward. And the ranged creatures also move forward. Alright, the attack, that's actually outside of our range. So,
my turn.
We're going to move here, and we're going to actually launch the attack. There it is. Alright, we should be able to move here and attack. And unfortunately, that was not quite enough to take him out. That should be. Alright, everybody is moved. As you see, we have no additional bubbles available here for movement or action. So once again, we end the turn. We'll take the brunt with our guy with the 1 point whatever K HP that he's got. It's pretty high, so he's definitely kind of geared toward murder.
Now's a good time for this.
Alright, the attack did not actually end that guy. I'm kind of surprised. Alright, we're going to move our skeletons on up. Make sure they blockade our ranged guy. Make sure they don't go down like a sweet muffin. Oh, there it is. There's our victory. So we got an additional ghoul and another casty, creepy, weird guy. So it's cool. Pretty cool. Or a skeleton and ghoul, maybe. I don't know exactly how we categorize those. I suppose we can look. What are these things considered? Ghosts. So ghosts and skeletons. Those are what we have. We have 6 points available right now. I'm going to hold off on that. We're going to move on up to this next spot. We're going to do a battle here. We're probably going to take 1 or 2 of the other battles, and then that's going to do it for this first episode. Like I said, it doesn't look like this is going to be an overwhelmingly long game. I find it to be an enjoyable, just kind of, you know, casual, I want to play a few things, I want to do some fighting, and just go to it. There's not a lot of the city building and all the other strategy and tactics and clearing out neutral armies and everything else. It's just move from point to point, do your battle, and enjoy. So there's definitely something to be said about games like this, and well, they're relaxing. They're fun to do, and I don't mind playing them at all. So that's why I'm thinking that this should be a mini series that may turn into a full series. So maybe a first look into a full Let's Play. We'll see after 2 or 3 episodes exactly where we stand, and well, we'll see where we go from there. I began to grow weary, battle after battle, step after step, and for what? A memory came to me, vague and fleeting. A face, framed with golden locks and grinning from ear to ear, spattered with blood. My blood. The answers were coming back to me. Alright, Scorching Crossroads. Choose your way with the utmost care. Battle! Alright, so we're up against 3, 4, and 2. So we're up against 4 skeletons and 2 other dudes.
Let me show you a thing or two.
I will show you the power that I possess. Alright, we're going to move our crew on up and prepare for the inevitable battle that will ensue. And I believe we're looking pretty solid right now. This could get a little bit messy. And this is actually not a bad time to have that AoE attack I was talking about getting earlier. That ranged axe attack is actually not bad. It doesn't do as much damage as your basic attack, but it still does a decent amount of damage. Alright, I think what we're going to do is step back with our skeletons here. And scoot up with him, and I think we're outside the range of everyone. Good. Looks like I made the right call. Alright, skeletons are on their way. We definitely need to move up there and prevent any horrible things from happening. Oh no! Oh, I missed, and I didn't hit the right button there. It's my own fault.
Now's a good time for this.
Alright, so down he goes. That was a bit awkward, not gonna lie. Gonna attack him once. That's about all I got out of him. Gonna move up here and attack you. Gonna hit you with a ranged attack. Still not quite enough to take you out. And there it is. Alright, so we took him down. I believe all of our crew have done something. Not all of it was correct. Moving this guy here was definitely a mistake, but we'll see how it plays out. A double attack, double attack, double attack. Alright, I think we're going to be okay. Yeah. Alright, so we did that. Move down here, gonna attack you. Gonna move our guy back. Move down here and attack again. It's not quite enough, but it might be just enough. It really depends. And we have one more movement with one of our skeletons. Which one was it? This one, I bet. Yeah, it's him. Alright, we'll scoot back with him. We're gonna end our... Oh, we lost the skeleton. It's okay. It's not that big of a deal. It's mildly inconvenient to be sure, but it's not that big of a deal. Alright, we're gonna attack you once. Attack you once. And kill you off. To the west, I sense danger. To the east, opportunity. I was hoping to do that without a loss, but I done made a mistake. It's okay, and it looks like there was no spirits who wanted to join us this time around. Alright. So that is to the west. This is to the east. Make sure to pay the ferryman. Alright, we're going to go over here to the skill tree. We're going to go and we're going to buff up our max health and our armor by percentages and actual health. We have 2 skill points available. We're going to increase our damage a little bit here as well. And we're going to go to the west first. Let us do battle. I do hope you're not afraid of a little old spider. Alright. That's it, huh? There's no precursor to this. Now there's a lot of ranged units here. This could get messy. So let's hope I'm able to do this decently. But we'll see. Now, granted, we also have many ranged units ourselves, so bear in mind that. Alright. As many of our crew up to this area as we can to make sure that we are ready. And again, if we lose a few, it's okay. Because like I said, we can always grind it back out. Man, there seems to be like an absurdly high amount of ranged units. Like, an absurdly high amount. There's what, 2, 4, 5, and I believe the spider is actually ranged as well.
Sounds good.
Alright, we're already prepped and ready, I guess. Alright, so the skeletons are kind of moving forward.
My turn.
Alright, we're going to move over here with our skeleton. We're going to smack that guy. Okay, the spider did not enjoy that. Going to do that again. Excellent. Take another shot on him there. And we took the spider out, so that's a good sign, or at least a good start for us. Alright, we're going to take a shot at you. We're going to take another shot at you. Going to move you up here and attack again. Oh man, he survived. Alright, I think everybody has made all of their moves. It looks like that is indeed the case. We can end the turn. Let's see what kind of fallout we're going to have here. It's a bit rough.
Let me show you.
I don't think we lost anyone there. looks like the majority of these guys are actually just outside of our range. Alright. So we have an attack on that guy that we can do. And we shall. Alright. Going to do that, and then I'm going to move away. Going to attack you, and then I'm also going to move away. And then we have our skeleton up here who's going to take this guy out. Probably going to move him over here, is my guess. I'm not sure why I can't move. Well, that's whatever.
Now's good.
It's fine. We're going to move down here. We're going to take a big attack, take him out of the fight. And if I'm not wrong, that should be all of our units, and we're looking pretty good right now. We're going to absorb a little bit of hate here, but we are the tankiest of our crew, so
You're in for it now.
it's not that big of a deal. Going to move... I guess we got to move our skeletons out of the way. Get our ranged units to not be able to attack, unfortunately. They seem to all be just outside of range.
Now's a good time for this.
Yep, they are just all slightly outside of range. Alright, we're going to hope that this works out. We're going to end our turn. We're going to take a little bit more of the brunt. And again, he is tanky. That is one of his amazing abilities. Our main character there, good old Exy or ZZ or something. Well, I don't remember what we called him. He was Exus, I guess was his initial name. Alright, a big long hit there. And bam. We are victorious. Victory is yours. The experience in the battle has earned you skill point, and onlooking have blocked. It doesn't look like we're gaining anything on the onlooking side of things. I don't know why. We should be, but I'm not sure why we're not. We should have gained a spider out of that, I would have thought. Well, the Silk Road, the path to riches, or so they'd have you believe. Alright folks, I think that is where I'm going to break off the episode for this particular time. I'll be back probably later in the week with another episode of, well, first look episode of Purgatory. If you want more information about the game, where to get the game, information on the developer, the publisher, any of that wonderful fun stuff will be down below in the description of the video. If you guys enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and share it. And I will see you guys in the very next episode. Until then, my name's Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you for stopping by the Freak Show, and I will see you later.